Coronet Peak, known to the less adventurous as Concrete Peak, and to some, Coronet. Born in 1947, it's the epitome of the great Kiwi battler. Fire, debt, and even a lack of snow can't stop this bad boy. Today we catch up with local legend Wayne Cave at the infamous Gobbler's Lodge, nestled by the base building there. We wanted to find out exactly what goes down on the mountain. No better feeling than waking up on the mountain here, Wayne. Can you give us a brief sort of history on the lodge here, Gobbler's?
It was the university ski hut. Teams of students built this hut. It fell into financial difficulty after about 30 years in the university hands, and then a handful of locals, mostly real turkeys, bought it, hence the Gobbler's Lodge.
Yourself, Wayne, you're an avid skier. Coronet Peak, how long have you been,
I came here
ripping up there?
Came here as a skier in 1974. Started as an instructor in 77, and I worked for 10 years here and met my wife here and brought my children up on the snow.
This isn't your ticket from 94, is it?
Could easily be. Anything's possible.
Obviously a bunch of turkeys that, operating in here, but is that how the name came about, or is there any other sort of...
There's nothing more to it than that. We couldn't really think of a name for the lodge, and we said, well, we're a bunch of old ski turkeys, we might as well call it the Gobbler's Lodge, and it sort of was a casual name, and it sort of stuck. And a lot of us sort of at the beginning thought, no, we could do better than that, like Chalet Alpina or something, but no, Gobbler's Lodge won through. And if you have a look outside on the top of the lodge, you'll see there's a wind vane out there of a turkey.
It's a big turkey, not a big cock. It's not a big cock.
That's a cock, and the dicks are in here. Most of the families that own it now were connected with ski racing back in the 90s and early 2000s. We've had 2 Olympians been generated out of the families that now own the lodge, who represented the country at the Vancouver Olympics in 2010.
And Coronet Peak used it as a bit of a storage area, and
it was a bit of a forgotten place.
Yeah.
Back in the last days of Air New Zealand's ownership, it'd be fair to say that Air New Zealand's core business wasn't ski areas, and everything was quite neglected. The ski area was run down, and thank goodness the local family, the Davies family and their connections took it over.
What sort of observations have you made about the mountain, and how's that changed over the last sort of 40 years?
The facilities that have gone in have made the skiing the mountain a lot quicker than it used to be. We used to spend 40 minutes in the lift line getting yelled at by Sugar Robinson for making too much noise outside his office, and then you'd go up on the slow chairlift of 10 minutes to get up, and you'd take your time going down. You'd go over to Lunch Rocks and catch up with a few friends, and we ski differently now. That's how it's changed mostly. People ski a lot faster now. Not dangerously fast, but it's just the way it is. The skis are a lot better. People can lap a lot more miles now than we used to do. The emphasis used to be on social and technique, and now it's on doing it as much as you can, as fast as you can. And
that's a hell of an observation, because that's almost a reflection of society that, now everything's a bit more manic, and it's, deadlines and urgency, and whereas, back in the day it would have been a bit more just enjoy the time.
It's a lot more social, a lot more relaxed, and no helmets, no osh,
Yeah, no worries.
Good times.
So what, in its university days, I'd imagine there's been a few sites in here.
If these walls could talk, the parties in this place are legendary. As soon as you had an Otago University student in one of your groups, you latched onto them as close as you could, hoping you'd get an invite to the end of week Otago University ski hut party. They were the parties to be seen at.
Well, I think the lifts are operating, and it might almost be time to get out there and have a wee sniff.
Well, you got to do the dishes yet, Henry.
Yeah, okay, all right. Well, there you go. So you finished with your coffee, or?
No, yeah, just getting there. Yeah. You're on dishes duty.
That's so good, just to wake up and forget about the dishes and then hit the slopes, though.
No such thing as a free breakfast, mate.
Yeah, okay, all right. Excuse me, guys. We'll be back in a minute.
Right, boots on.
Woo! Is there a bit of stuff that you probably shouldn't, is there a few bad decisions that might have been made up here, heat of the moment?
Can you see that series of poles put there, just around that car park edge?
Yeah.
That's exactly where I rolled off my brand new Volkswagen Touareg. As I was reversing into this car park here, I dropped one wheel off the icy edge there, and I ended up on its roof down in that creek down by the next car park.
Yes.
So
Touring, they haven't been in production too long. That must have been in the last few years, was it?
that was a couple of years ago.
Yeah.